So I'm just making this thing without the moving around on the streets, and we'll do the moving around on the streets later. But this is an area which encompasses what you kind of want to see while you're in Dublin. So there's plenty of time to do it. You could see all this in one day easily. But here's the Conrad down here, St. Stephen's Green, Shelburne Hotel, the National Museum and the National Gallery, and both the museum and gallery are free. And then there's Trinity College, and what you want to see in there is the Book of Kells, and make sure that you go upstairs where the long room is, this incredible old library with a barrel vaulted ceiling in it. It's the most famous architectural space in Ireland. And the two cathedrals, Christ Church is here on Dame Street, and then this street which goes up this way is Patrick Street. If you've got an iPhone or anything that has maps, well, then it's easy to get around. You just put them in and it shows you where to turn left, right, and everything. The Clarence Hotel on the quays here, I forget which quay this is, but that's O'Connell Bridge right there. So this is about a 2-3 block walk. There's the Clarence Hotel. So probably if you do Trinity and then walk down Dame Street to Christ Church and walk up to St. Patrick's, it's up a hill going up here, that's a good morning or an afternoon. That church with all the mummies in it is St. Mickens. It's here. And the Brazen Head, the forecourts are here. So they're within a block of each other. There's nothing really to see in the forecourts, but it's a very famous place because it's where all the high courts of Ireland sit at. And it was attacked during the Civil War. The General Post Office is here, so you cross O'Connell Street Bridge to get there. And the Brazen Head is the oldest pub in Ireland. So it's well worth going to have a lunch, or just have a little sandwich or something cheap like that and a pint. And you probably want to try and be there. I would recommend these as being places to be towards closing time at 10 or 11. So right across the street from the Brazen Head. I'm just going to show you this now then. I'm just going to move a little man in here like this. And come down here. So this is the Brazen Head. No, that's not the Brazen Head. What the hell? Oh. Something's not right there. You better check out. Well, I'll get back to you here. Don't tell me they've turned the Brazen Head into a lighting store. Okay, and then across the street is this thing called O'Shea's Merchant, right there. So this is a pub. If you want to hear traditional music and the step dancing and people from the countryside. The people from the countryside are called culchies, and it's a derogatory term that Dubliners have for people who are kind of rural. So the O'Sheas are a famous family from County Kerry, and this pub is just a hoot to go into. It's one of those places that'll be just packed, and you have to sort of weasel your way between people to get up to the bar to get a pint, that sort of thing. But it's a very, very good time, and it's a good insight into a large rural pub in Dublin. So Brazen Head, Shays. Now if we look across here, there should be a bridge, and that's not the forecourts. So let's go up to this corner, and we should be able to look here, and Oh, sorry, that is the fork. This is your street too. So this is Church Street. It's called Bridge Street here on this side, but on that side it's called Church Street. And there's the forecourts right there. And let's see if I'm just going to go up and look and see what street this is here. Come on. That's the forecourts there. That doesn't look to me like Church Street in there. So I think Church Street is right at the corner. Let's exit Street View here. And do this little thing. And there's Brazen Head. And across here. And zoom back out and see where things are. Yep, it is that street. If you go across there, there's the forecourts, and there's St. Mickens. So it's an easy thing to see these things, except St. Mickens is not open at night. See the Brazen Head there and there. I would recommend that you go in the evening. Probably if you're in Temple Bar. Remember, don't be walking around the streets carrying purses. Because there's Christ Church Cathedral, so you can see it's only a couple of blocks. There's an exhibit in here about the Vikings, about Viking Dublin when they came. It's somewhere in here. It may be these buildings here, but it's all about how Dublin was a Viking city and was built by the Vikings. So these things are new stuff. Brazen Head, well, St. Mickens I told you about, forecourts. And if you go down here is the Clarence Hotel, where Katie and I stayed when I came over to do some legal work in an air crash thing there, about 2000 I think it was. And you go back along here, and there's Connell Street Bridge, General Post Office right there, Trinity. So this is all Trinity here. What you see in the picture there going all around here and all this way here, even this back part. Yeah, this back part here is all Trinity. And this is Pierce Street along here, named after Padraig Pearse, and this is Pierce Street Station, and this is the urban railway, this thing that you can get all the way up and down. You can go all the way to Howth on one tip of the bay and all the way down to Bray in County Wicklow. It's probably something worth taking a ride on. A trip down to Bray on the Dart. If you get yourself a transit pass for the day, you can go anywhere on this thing in the buses. Okay, so that's it for that video.